Lily, and Daddy will be joining me very shortly. And welcome to the Halloween edition of the Lily and Daddy Show, Episode 8. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Lily and Daddy Show. I, of course, am Lily.
And I, of course, am Daddy.
And today we are going to be talking about 3 of the most popular Halloween characters.
That's right, Lily. We're going to be talking about the Boogeyman, we're going to be talking about zombies, and we're going to be talking about witches today. That's right. These are things that have always been popular throughout folklore, American folklore and otherwise. So we're going to visit those today. A couple of things that we're going to be covering are the origins, where these stories may have begun, maybe some popular stories that maybe even relate to modern TV shows or movies and culture. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about trick-or-treating. And as the hat is shifted over to my side, thank you. Let us get going. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the Boogeyman. Shivers
Where did that?
And down your spine.
I wonder where that originated.
Oh, you know what? We are going to find out here in just a little bit. So the first character that we're going to be talking about is the Boogeyman. Now that is something that children have been scared of for centuries. Am I right, Lil?
Yeah.
Now one thing about the Boogeyman is that we know that it's a scary concept. It's something that has been scaring children for generation upon generation. But what we might not know is that the word Boogeyman is actually derived from the Middle English bogey or boogie. Also the origin of the word bug, believe it or not, as an insect. So it's generally thought to be a cognate of the German word boga or bogelmann, or the English boogeyman. Now there is some historical significance to this too, Lily. Tell us a little bit about the history.
Sure. Throughout history, stories of the Boogeyman have been told to children in order to ensure good behavior, as if to say, watch out, or the Boogeyman will get you.
Oh, well, that's right, Lily. And also, his methods of attack tend to vary from story to story. You know, from hiding in your closet to maybe under the bed. Heck, some stories even depict him hiding under the basement stairs.
I'm glad that's just a story. Right, Dad?
Well, that's right, Lily. While scary stories are fun and frightening, remember that they are just stories.
Now let's move on to another classic Halloween spookster, the zombie.
Or the horde of zombies.
This one is a scary one. You may already know this from TV or social media, but zombies are fictional undead creatures created through the reanimation of human corpses. Zombies are most commonly found in horror and fantasy genre works.
That's right, Lily. The term actually comes from Haitian folklore, Haitian French, zombie, or Haitian Creole, zombie, where a zombie is a dead body animated by magic. Modern depictions of zombies don't necessarily involve magic, but they do invoke other methods such as maybe viruses.
Zombies are featured widely in Haitian folklore as dead persons physically revived by the act of a necromancy of a boker, a sorcerer, or witch. The boker is opposed by the priest and the bamboo or priestess of the formal voodoo religion. A zombie remains under the control of the boker as a personal slave, having no will of its own.
That's right. Now, the modern conception of the zombie owes itself almost entirely to George Romero's 1968 film, Night of the Living Dead. In his films, Romero bred the zombie with the vampire, and what he got was the actual hybrid, basically the hybrid figure of a ghoulish plague monster. This included an apocalyptic vision of monsters that have come to be known as, well, Romero zombies.
Zombies attack in large numbers called hordes due to their lack of ability to think and reason rationally. But if The Walking Dead has taught us anything, it is that in the event of a zombie apocalypse, we can all survive by locking ourselves in a prison.
That's right, Lily. Luckily, though, that is a crisis that we have not yet had to deal with.
Yay! Finally, finally, we bring to you what is probably the most classic of all Halloween characters, the witch.
Wow, so this is a big one. Witches. Witches are probably the most popular, at least one of the most popular, but if not the most popular concepts that Halloween has to offer. So you've got things from flying on brooms, mixing brews, all kinds of stuff. But what are witches? Where did this come from? Was this some kind of a cultural thing that we invented, or is it something that developed gradually over time? Well, to know the answer to that, we're going to have to go back to the very concept of witchcraft. And for that, Lily?
The concept of witchcraft and the belief in its existence have existed throughout recorded history. They have been present at various times and in many forms among cultures worldwide, including both primitive and highly advanced cultures, and have an important role in many cultures today.
Now, the word witchcraft actually comes from the Old English wicca-creft, a compound of wicca, meaning witch, and creft, meaning craft. Now, a witch differs from an actual sorcerer or a wizard in that they don't need physical tools or actions to perform a curse. Their method of operation is actually perceived as extending from some intangible inner quality, and the person may even be unaware that they themselves are a witch, or they may have been convinced of their own nature by the suggestion of others.
Powers include flying on brooms, mixing magical potions, casting a variety of spells, and conjuring the dead, practice known as necromancy. So you can see why witches are the preferred villains of many horror movies and series. It is also a fun costume to wear for Halloween.
And speaking of Halloween, stay tuned after Twisted Face Theater. We're going to have some important tips and bits of advice for both parents and children alike when it comes to Halloween and specifically trick-or-treating or Halloween parties. So stay tuned, but coming right up, Twisted Face Theater.
And welcome to Twisted Face Theater.
That's right, Lily. We have that segment of the show every single episode where we actually use some of the video distortion that I have available at my fingertips. I learned a little bit more about Windows Movie Maker, and Lily learns a little bit more about how to make funnier and funnier faces. So, without further ado, here we go. Oh!
Oh no. Oh, I'm being squeezed.
Oh, come out the other side.
Ah!
Oh, no.
Oh, what's that one? Oh. I'm a cat. This reminds me of this one movie I saw, Home.
I can smell you.
Oh.
Oh, our heads are shrinking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, here we go. There it went.
What?
I'm by myself. Oh, no, I'm not. We have entirely too much fun with this, folks.
I know. Oh, no.
Back to the cone heads.
That.
Very cool.
Oh, no.
And now I'm Christian Slater again. And now Lily's Taylor Swift.
Yay!
Hello, my name is John. If you're an avid watcher of the Lilly and Daddy show, you know me as Daddy, as well as does my daughter. I wanted to take this moment to speak to the parents here, just to kind of make sure that everybody is on the same page when it comes to safety this Halloween season, because I know that a lot of things can happen. For example, on average, children are actually more than twice as likely, about 54% more likely to get hit by a car and killed on Halloween than any other day of the year. For this reason, there's some safety tips that I want you all to, consider observing this Halloween season. Number one, decorate costumes and bags with reflective tape or stickers. If possible, choose light colors. Since masks sometimes can obstruct a child's vision, maybe try some non-toxic face paint or makeup as opposed to a mask whenever possible. Also, have kids use glow sticks or flashlights to help them see and be seen by drivers. You can never be too careful, and you can never have too much illumination. Also, children under the age of 12, as a general rule, should not be alone at night without adult supervision. If kids are mature enough to be out without supervision, just remind them to stick to familiar areas that are well lit and trick-or-treat in groups as much as possible. Now, for most areas, popular trick-or-treating hours are between 5:30 and 9:30 p.m., so make sure that you're especially alert when you're driving for kids on the road during those hours. Also, and finally, when making a costume selection, please make sure that it's the right size. So many times it might be too big, not hemmed properly, so the kids might have a tendency to trip or fall over the pant legs or whatever happens to be hanging down from the costume. So, all in the name of safety. But all in all, and also make sure you're checking your children's treats. That means not just the candy itself, but maybe even the insides of the wrappers. I'd like to think that there aren't people out there purposely poisoning children, but you never know. So let's make sure that we're taking a look and keeping our kids safe. But until next time, once again, I'm John, aka Daddy, and thank you for watching. All right, folks. Well, hey, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed watching this just as much as we enjoyed making it. I hope those tips were helpful for you and your children. So make sure that you follow those as much as you can. Until next time, I'm Daddy.
And I'm Lily.
And you have been watching
The Lily and Daddy Show.
Have a safe and happy Halloween, folks.
Bye. See you next time.